Hello everyone, welcome to our workshop. This is the Heatwave, Bushfire, Flood, Are You Prepared session as part of the City of Whittlesea's Welcome Expo 2020, presented to you by the Sustainability Planning team. My name is Ming Jiang. Again, thanks for joining us and welcome to the workshop. On behalf of the City of Whittlesea, I'd like to start by acknowledging that today's workshop is being held from the lands of Wurundjeri people and pay my respects to elders, past, present, and emerging. I also acknowledge the traditional custodians of the various lands on which we all reside today and the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who may be in this event. I'm sure you all feel super happy about yesterday's announcement made by the Premier about the easing of coronavirus restrictions of Victoria. As we are heading into the summer, many of us must be excited that we will be able to have more freedom to move around, at least within Victoria, and enjoy the festive season that is approaching very quickly. However, when we are planning some of fun things to do with our family and friends in a COVID-safe way, there is another important message that we need to pay attention to, and that is summer is indeed a beautiful season full of fun and joy, but it is also a season when we may have more extreme weather events, which could potentially lead to disasters, such as heat wave, bushfire, flood. The reality is, as our climate is changing, these natural disasters are becoming more frequent and intense. And that's why we need to prepare for these increasing climate risks in order to protect ourselves and those we love. And today's workshop is all about helping us get prepared. In this workshop, I will first share with you some information and tools about how we can prepare for the three major climate risks facing our City of Whittlesea, including heat wave, bushfire, and flood. My colleague Darcy will then talk about energy use and efficiency, which we hope will help you save money on your electricity bills. There will be practical information and tools that you can take away and put in use. We have also prepared a few quizzes for us to play and have some fun. The three quizzes are already listed in the Q&A section, so please take a look and choose your answers by clicking the like or thumb up button. If you are not sure about the answers, please don't worry, just take a guess. So it's not an exam, just for us to have some fun. At the end of the workshop, we also have an evaluation form together to fill in, so that you can tell us your feedback on the workshop and provide suggestions for us to keep improving the services and programs we offer to our community. You also have a chance to win one of the two prizes we have prepared for you, which is shown here in this picture. If you have any questions that you want to ask us, please feel free to type in the Q&A section, and we will try to respond at the end of the workshop. Okay, let's get started. So now here is our first quiz question. What is the most deadly natural hazard in Australia? We have four choices here: bushfires, cyclones, heat waves, and flood. So you can also see the four options in the chat section, Q&A section. So please choose your answer if you haven't done so, and I'll quickly check your answers. So I saw someone answered the heat wave. Actually, the heat wave is the right answer. In fact, heat waves have killed more Australians than other natural hazards all combined. In Melbourne, the estimated number of people who died of heat-related illness actually doubled from 2007 to 2020 and will continue to double by 2050. As we are heading into the summer, it's really important for us to have plans to cope with extreme heat. So here we have 5 tips to prepare ourselves for the heat risk recommended by the Victorian Health and Human Services Department. Tip number 1, drink water. Even if you don't feel thirsty, always take a bottle of water with you. Tip number 2, be aware that hot cars are very dangerous. Never leave kids, older people, or pets in cars. Tip number 3, keep cool. Seek out air-conditioned buildings, draw your blinds, use a fan, take cool showers, and dress in light and loose clothing made from natural fabrics. Tip number 4, plan ahead. Schedule activities in the coolest part of the day and avoid exercising in the heat. If you have to go out, wear a hat and sunscreen and take a bottle of water with you. And tip number 5, check in on others. Look after those most vulnerable to the heat, including the elderly, the young, neighbors living alone, people with a medical condition, and don't forget your pets as well. Let's look at planning a little bit more here. So the first thing is to keep up to date with weather forecasts. You can watch the news daily. And also the Victorian government publishes heat health alert that you can find information on the website health.vic.gov.au. If there is a very hot day coming, you may consider planning essential activities for the coolest part of the day, as we already mentioned, and canceling non-essential outings. You may also stock up on food, water, and medicines, so you don't need to go out in the heat. For those with a medical condition, you may visit your doctor in advance to check if you need to make any changes to your medicines during extreme heat. Also remember to store medicine safely at the recommended temperature. It's also good to check that your fan or air conditioner works properly. Have your air conditioner serviced if necessary. If your place is just not cool enough, make sure you know where to go to stay cool. For example, shopping centers, libraries nearby. We also need to prepare for power outages, making sure you have food items that don't require refrigeration, plenty of drinking water, medications, and other essential items. There are also things you can do to make your home cooler, such as installing window coverings, shade clothes, or external blinds on the sides of the house facing the sun. So my colleague Darcy will share with you more tips shortly on things you can do to improve the comfort of your place. But now let's do another quiz about bushfire. You probably heard that last summer Australia experienced a catastrophic bushfire crisis. So here is the question: how many animals were impacted by last summer's bushfire crisis? Okay, just again, allow me to have a look at the question and the answers. Someone selected 2.5 billion. The correct answer is actually 3 billion. So it is very shocking, isn't it? And very sad. Then, of course, many people have lost their homes, and some even have lost their lives to the bushfires. As a result of climate change, the level of bushfire risk is also increasing. We are having longer fire season, more high fire danger days, and more intense fires if they do happen. So it is critical for us to prepare ourselves for the potential fire risk. The important message here again is planning. Develop your own emergency plan for bushfire and flood. The key to survival is decision making. It will be too late if you make your decision until you see smoke or fire. Make your plan well before a fire starts. And it's quite similar when it comes to responding to flood. have a written plan and practice what you will do with your household. This will help you act quickly when the time comes. So I'd like to highlight two resources here. For the fire information, go to the Country Fire Authority's website, cfa.vic.gov.au. For flood-related information, go to the State Emergency Services website, ses.vic.gov.au. So from these two websites, you can find detailed information about how to develop your fire plan and flood plan step by step, and also information about how to pack your emergency kit, as one shown here in this slide. This picture actually shows an updated version of the emergency kit, which includes additional items that you need in the COVID-19 context, such as facial masks, antibacterial wipes, and hand sanitizers. Another tool that I highly recommend you to download and install on your mobile phone is the Vic Emergency application. Vic Emergency is the official Victorian government application for access to information and warnings for all types of emergencies in Victoria. You can find the application on Google Play or Apple Store, depending on what system you use on your mobile phone. So next, I'm going to show a very short video, which I think would be really helpful to tell us simple things that we can do to reduce our property's risk to fire.
This fire season, it's important that everyone is aware of their fire risk. Preparing your property may reduce the impact a fire has on your home. Ways in which you can prepare your home include: keep your grass cut to less than 10 centimetres. Keep gutters clear of leaf litter. Remove any flammable items from decks and verandas, including boxes, furniture and doormats. Cut back overhanging branches. Remove dry grasses, leaves, twigs and loose bark. Prune shrubs well away from tree branches. Move wood piles away from your home. These are just some of the main ways in which you can prepare your home. To learn more about preparing your property, visit cfa.vic.gov.au/prepare.
Just quickly bring my slide back. Okay. So far, we talked about planning for heat, bushfire, and flood risk. Some of us may wonder, as we live in urban areas, is our risk to bushfire or flood that high, or do we really need to, worry about it? The fact is, we don't need to be living close to the bush or live in the country to be exposed to fire risk. Similarly, we don't need to live close to rivers to be exposed to flood risk. In fact, there are more than 7,800 houses in the city of Whittlesea located in bushfire-prone areas. Our risks to flood is relatively lower compared to the bushfire risk. However, there are still 2,200 houses subject to flood risk in our city. So I wondered if you know your place is located in a fire-prone or flood-prone area. If you didn't know that piece of information, I think it is very important for you to find out. Actually, this is the information that I wish I knew earlier when I bought my house 4 years ago. Last year, a friend of mine who is an urban planner told me about this. The Victorian Department of Environment, Land, Water and Planning provides a very handy tool, which is the Planning Maps and Spatial Data Search tool on their website. It is available for the general public to search an address and generate a free property report, which highlights whether the property is subject to any planning zones or overlays. For example, if a property is located in a bushfire management overlay or a flood overlay, the report will tell you. It is very simple to use. All you need to do is to go to this website, type in the address you want to search for, and the website will generate PDF property reports that you can read and download. So when you are considering a property, I highly recommend you to use this website to check out the property report before you make your decision. So here comes to my final slide. Before I hand it over to my colleague Darcy, I want to draw your attention that Council is currently developing our city's first climate change strategy and action plan. The purpose of this new strategy and action plan is to guide Council's work and partnerships with the community to prepare our city for climate risks and to reduce our impacts on the climate. We invite everyone in our community to share ideas and views and help us identify opportunities for Council to support the community to respond to the climate change challenge. There are many ways you can get involved, including a climate survey we are launching next month, and more in-depth engagement, such as community conversations, interviews, and workshops. You can express your interest by completing the evaluation form we are doing at the end of the workshop. But now I'm going to hand it over to Darcy, who is going to share you some really useful information about energy use and efficiency. Thank you. Over to you, Darcy.
There we go. Hopefully everyone can see that. Thanks very much, Min. I am here. I'm Darcy, also from the City of Whittlesea. I'm here to talk to you about energy use in your home and how you can save energy as well as save on your energy bills at the same time within your own home. Home energy use contributes to climate change. Here in City of Whittlesea, about half of our greenhouse gas emissions come from electricity use in buildings. Here at City of Whittlesea, we have a commitment to lowering our impact on the environment. We want to commit and do our part to lowering greenhouse gas emissions, and we want to support the community to be able to do that as well. Energy is going to cost more as things warm up due to climate change. Summers are going to get warmer, and then it's going to cost more and more energy to be able to cool down your home or make yourself more comfortable in more extreme weather. There are lots of ways that you can lower your own emissions and you can save money on your bills as well. Once again, we really encourage any questions, so feel free to pop some questions into the Q&A function in the chat. So just for our last final quiz of the day, I just wanted to ask, what is the biggest energy user in an average Australian household? Wanted to see if people know what uses the most energy in the average house. I can see someone or some people have answered heating and cooling, which is the correct answer. Heating and cooling uses a lot more energy than things like lights on at your home and even fridges and freezers, even though they run all day. Heating and cooling, air conditioners and heaters, they're the things that use the most energy in your home. So the easiest way that you can save money on your energy bills and lower your emissions is to avoid using those at all costs. Sometimes that is easier said than done, and sometimes it's not feasible, but there are other options that you can use on warm days or on cold nights in winter that can save you a bit of money. Summer can get really hot, so you can use a fan. Fans use only about 10% of the electricity that air conditioner does during summer. In winter, the heater uses a lot of electricity and costs quite a lot to run. So you can use blankets. They use no electricity, of course, but even if you buy an electric blanket, they use a lot less energy than a heater does in your house. You can also turn off your lights whenever you don't need them or in rooms that you're not in, as well as closing doors to rooms that you're not using at night. And that way your air conditioner or your heater won't be wasting energy trying to make those rooms more comfortable. Gaps and drafts are a very easy thing to fix. Gaps underneath your doors, improperly sealed windows. If you fix those up and patch up those drafts, maybe with a seal under the door, things like that, that stops the cool air from getting out, warm air from getting in, etc. You can also use physical features like windows. Open a few windows in your house in summer and you can get a cool breeze. That's a lot cheaper than using your air conditioner. If you own a home, you can also look into renewable energy. Solar panels can cost a little bit of money to install. They cost a few $1,000s, but they save you hundreds of dollars every year on your energy bills. So it really adds up over time. And if you're a renter, you can also talk to your landlord about getting renewable energy. They might be interested as well, and that can save you some money on your energy bills too. At City of Whittlesea, we're currently looking into some potential programs that we want to bring to the community. One of those is environmental upgrade agreements. They're interest-free loans that can be used to finance energy upgrades in your house, like more efficient air conditioning, hot water systems, solar panels, things like that. And they're paid back through council rates over 10 to 20 years. At City of Whittlesea, we're trying to gauge whether that would be of interest to the community. So it would be great to hear from you whether you would be interested and what you might need to sign up to that. We're also looking into programs like Solar Savers, which is where interest in solar panels from a lot of different people come together, and we use that purchasing power to be able to get the best deal on solar panels for you. So with that, combined with some of the rebates that are available and interest-free loans, they can make solar panels pretty cheap. Again, these are things that we're looking into, and we want to hear from you whether that's something that you would be interested in, and whether you would actually want to, utilise it if it was available at council. So we'll have a form at the end of this Q&A that you can fill out, and you can provide your details if you want to be involved or if you want more information from us. Sometimes we know that these tips that we're giving today sometimes aren't enough, and you can still struggle to pay your bills. I know I have before, I'm sure we all have, but thankfully there are lots of resources out there that you can use that can help to either pay off some of your energy bills or shrink your energy bills and make them a lot easier to pay yourself. The Utility Relief Grants scheme is one of those. The state government provides the utility relief grants to people who have lost their job, are in a financial crisis, things like that. And you can get up to $650 of your electricity bill paid off with one of those if you're in a bit of a pickle. You can also call up your energy company and ask about their best offer, and they can put you on a plan that might save you a bit more money, and they'll help you find the plan or the offer that's best for you. The Victorian Government's comparison tool is a free tool on the Victorian Government's website that you can use to compare different energy companies and see which one will be the cheapest or which one will be the cheapest for you. That is at compare.energy.vic.gov.au, that bottom link down there. There's also payment extensions that you can bargain for with, well, not bargain for, but ask your energy company for, and they have to comply with those and give you deferments and extensions for up to 6 months. I've just got a video now that I would love to show you all from Energy Info Hub, discussing some of the rights that you have in paying your energy bills.
It's completely normal to worry about paying bills, especially high energy bills. But did you know that every Victorian now has the right to get help from their energy company if they can't pay their bills? Yes, that's right. New rules are in place to make sure every Victorian is treated fairly and can manage the cost of energy. Call your energy company as soon as you can to get the help you need. It doesn't matter if you're struggling to pay one bill or many. When you call your energy company, they must work out how much it regularly costs to provide energy to your home. If you cannot afford this amount, ask to be put on a payment plan you can afford. Your energy company must accept this. If you owe money from previous bills, your energy company will freeze payment towards this for 6 months. While these payments are frozen, your energy company must help you reduce your energy costs down to a level you can afford. How? 1. Your company will put you on the cheapest energy plan. 2. They'll provide tips to help you use less energy around the house. 3. They'll check to make sure you're getting all your concessions. They'll also see if you can get a government grant to help pay your debt. If your company won't help, call the free Energy Ombudsman service on 1800 500 509. They will resolve any disputes. You have the right to affordable energy, so make sure you ask your energy company for help. For more tips on taking control, check out the Energy Info Hub website, or just pick up the phone and take charge of your energy bills today.
Great, I hope that was relatively clear. As they said, there's a lot of information on that Energy Info Hub website, so you can check that out at energyinfohub.org.au. Again, there are lots of different energy resources that are out there. Again, on the Energy Info Hub website, they have some tools and tips to help you understand your bill, understand how to read your bill and what all these different things mean. Also on the Victorian government's website, victorianenergysaver.vic.gov.au, they have even more tips to help you get more efficient things like light globes into your house and how to save money in all sorts of other ways for your house or your business. Here at City of Whittlesea, we actually have some energy saving booklets. We have these in 4 different languages: English, Arabic, Italian and Macedonian. If you'd like one, we can actually mail these out to you if you're interested. So fill out the form at the end. There'll be a question in that form that asks you if you would like one of these booklets mailed out to you. If you provide us your address, we'll send one out. We can also send them via email and things like that too. Just to wrap up, I just wanted to reiterate that we would love to bring these things to council, to the community. So if you can help us out by showing your interest, filling out the form or getting in contact with us, we could, really use that connection with community to learn what people would find useful or helpful, whether you want more energy education sessions like today, or different materials, or if you are interested in something like environmental upgrades or solar savers. We would love to hear from you so that we can work out what would be best for community. Just to finish off, again, we have a form for this Q&A session. So I've got a QR code there, which will work for people on computers or laptops. If you want to scan that with your phone, that will take you to the survey. For people who are on their phones, we'll pop a link into the chat and you can click on that and fill out a form. You can provide your details if you want, and we can give you some of this information. If you fill out the form, you'll also go in the draw to win one of these. There's 2 of these prize packs, sustainable living prize packs, which have some reusable grocery bags, some metal straws, soaps and thermometers, things like that. That's pretty much it from me. Thanks for listening, everybody.